So whenever we shoot, we want you know, a single bullet, or we want a bullet to just, you know, go away, deduct. We don't want the bullets to be like that. So before we do so, we have bullets per mag, which is like 30. Bullets left is basically the bullets left in our magazine currently. So basically we have one magazine, and each magazine will be like you know, 30 bullets and stuff. Actually, it's not how it goes. No, not bullets left. It will be like public, I'm going to create another variable, public int current bullets. This will be, okay, so this is like bullets per each magazine. And this is like, you know, total bullets we have left, or total bullets we have. Okay, so let's say, it's like we say we have 200 bullets, this will be equal to 200 then. Current bullets, the current bullets in our magazine. Okay, so basically, you know, we have 30 bullets per magazine. Whenever we reload, it will try to like get 30 bullets, and we have bullets left, which is like the total bullets. And basically on the start function, we're going to initialize this part. So I'm going to say the bullets left, sorry, current bullets, my bad, I just keep mixing them together. So current bullets will be equal to bullets per magazine. And the bullets left, we can't assign that. I'm gonna pretty much assign that actually to like 200 or something, and let me just move it down. Just no, actually it's okay. Let's keep the current. We're gonna keep these all public, as you can see. We're gonna make a certain one of those private, but just for the time being, you know. And so yeah, we have basically what this means is that whenever the game starts, we don't have to assign the current bullets variable ourselves. This will automatically be assigned whenever the game starts. And now what we want is that whenever we shoot, we want to deduct a bullet. So say that you can pretty much you know, imagine this function as having like 3 parts. Okay, so the first part is just checking, and it checks that like, have we gotten, or like, is the timer finished? Can we shoot? Is our fire timer finished? Is it equal to the fire rate? Is it safe to shoot now, or whatever, you know, the limit, or whichever we have assigned. The second part is just hitting something and, like, you know, doing whatever we want here. Okay, and the third part is just, you know, exiting out of the function. So all the other stuff. So resetting the timer, like for example, and deducting the bullets. So we're gonna deduct our bullets here. So current bullets minus, and that means that it's gonna minus the current bullets by 1. Okay. Just 1, okay? That's okay. Let's go back to our editor now. And you'll have certain new variables popping up there. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you can see the current bullets. Okay, keep note of this current bullets variable. The moment I play, it will be 30. There we go. As you can see, it's 30 now. And when I try shooting, it goes 29, it goes 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. And you know, based on the fire rate, if I hold it, it'll just go down every 0.5 second and stuff, as you can see. So yeah, that's our current bullets. But you can also notice that if it goes to 0, it'll start going into the negatives. So yeah, that's an issue for us, and we will fix that. Don't worry. We will also have a reload function, but for the time being, let's actually try adding the reload function and stuff like that, so we have a proper base before we move on to the animations. I don't know if should we move to the animations. Is the video long enough? Should I just cut it here? No, probably not. You'll be disappointed, I know. But okay, so what else? You know. Let me just comment that. Now you might notice that I haven't explained the range variable. So basically, if I pretty much go and say if I add another object which is almost, you know, approximately like this much, you might notice that I would not be able to shoot it. So if I aim to there and I press the left mouse button, there's nothing in the console which logs that I've shot it or not. But if I shoot down, I can shoot the floor, and all. It's too far away basically. You can't shoot that. So you can assign your range, like, you know, wherever you want. You can assign the range here basically and stuff like that. Okay, so right, so yeah, maybe add a basic shooting animation, which I have no idea how to implement again, but let's see. Let's discover stuff ourselves, because it's been so long since I coded all that. So you might notice that you'll have an animator component attached to your weapon, your FPS weapon by default, and never mind this controller, but we need to create a new controller and assign it here. So for that, we can go to our third-party assets, create a new folder, and call this animator controllers, and inside of it we can create another controller, like create animator controller. I'm gonna call this let's see, well, let's just call it AK-47, because why not? AK-47, yay. And I might have another AK-47 assigned, but no, you won't have that. You'll have it like this, pretty much like that. So yeah, just grab this from there, the controller, just drop it over to the controller thingy, and all. There we go. We have a AK-47 animation thingy. So now we need to open up the animator window, which you can pretty much do by going to Window and Animator, or you can just, you know, if you don't have it there, you know, that's just the only way I know of. I'm sorry. But so we need to add a basic idle animation now, just so our weapon is, yeah, it's always in the idle animation by default. So you can go to the weapon holder, the third-party assets, FPS, and inside you'll have a animations folder. I'll like you know, link to that in the description and stuff. So and you'll have an object known as like FPS AK-47 @animated. So open that up, and you'll have some animations. So we have a fire, idle, and reload. We're gonna use idle and fire for now. So let's drop the idle animation into the animator window itself, and the fire animation as well. So we've got two of those. Cool. Well, what now? So we need to create a new variable. Like you might see here, we have a tab like says layers and then parameters. We're gonna go to the parameters. And we're gonna go to that small little, you know, plus sign, and we're gonna add a new boolean variable. I'm gonna call this fire, as basic as it is. And we're gonna pretty much go. Actually, we might not need that, but like let's see if we will. So and yeah, so actually just gonna keep this the way it is. Never mind this variable. We might use it, but we might not use it. Actually, should we use it? Let's use it, you know. So select the idle and right click on it and say make a transition. This will you'll have this nice little arrow, and you can just connect it with the fire animation or the fire state. And do the same with the fire, make transition, connect it back to the idle. And select the arrow which goes from idle to fire, and we're gonna pretty much add you'll see, you know, on the right side in the inspector window, you'll have an exit time, conditions, stuff like that. Don't worry about that. It'll be fine, you know. So I'm gonna pretty much add by pressing this, you know, addition sign and all. And I'm gonna just say conditions if fire is true. So if fire is true, we'll go from the idle to the fire animation. And let me just grab this. This is basically the transitioning. You can say like how long it takes to transition. As you see, it smoothly will go to the fire, which is not what we want. We don't want it to go smoothly into the fire. We want it to go suddenly. So make it like as less as possible. There we go. And maybe not have any exit time at all. So like we don't want any exit time at all. So just untick that. Okay, that's it. Now go back to the fire. And pretty much, you know, we wanted to go back to the animation, to the idle as soon as possible, and that's okay, that's alright. But we also want another thing, and that is to like pretty much go back to the fire again. So we wanted to kind of run in circles. So from idle it goes to fire, from fire it goes to idle, and then back to fire. And that means that on this arrow we need to go to the settings, open that up. Okay, nothing too much. We want to interrupt the animation. We want to cancel this transitioning and play the animation again. So we can say interrupt animation, and we can say like I don't know, current state, the next state or something. and make sure the ordered interrupt is like turned off. I'll explain that later on, because I think I need to like read my notes of how interrupts work again. Never mind. But yeah, and we can like reduce, I don't know, yeah, reduce the transitioning possibly. Reduce it even more. Okay, cool. So, and we don't really need to, you know, we can actually do that. We can actually do that. I don't know, I guess, but we don't really need that. So let's go back to our script now. Okay, so go back to our script, and what we want to do is we want to go to the fire function, and we want to pretty much add another, you know, thingy. So we want to, no, first we need another variable, and we're gonna call this. It's gonna be on the top. Again, a public. Actually, we don't have to make it a public. We can make it a private. So let's make it a private this time. Private. Animator. This is will be a reference to the animator component, and we're gonna just call this anim because I like it short that way, you know. And on the start function, we're gonna call this. We're gonna say anim equals get component animator. So we're getting the component attached to this object, so this animator component, which will be attached to the weapon itself. We're just pretty much assigning it to the anim variable and all. Let's go down. Okay, so on the fire then, what we want to do is we're going to say anim dot set bool, and we're going to say fire to true. So we're setting the boolean variable of like we're fetching the animator controller, which is assigned to the animator component, and we are assigning the fire variable to true. We're just making it true. Okay, that's a boolean. We're just setting it to true. That's it. Okay. And now you might notice it will work the first time, but most likely won't work the second time. So, so yeah, if we kind of go and we kind of try playing, you know, just for the sake of it. Make sure you have the controller assigned, and let's try playing. And if I try pressing the animation is pretty fast, as you can see. The idle, you might have to like slow it down. So yeah, so if I press the left mouse button, it just starts playing this animation vigorously. I don't know. Okay, let's just go back to this part. Yeah, you probably don't have to do this, but just make sure the fire is in a loop. So if I press it now, no, it still doesn't work. Oh yeah, it just, sorry, never mind. It wouldn't work because you might notice that it will go back to the animation. Let me just show you how this will work. So if I drop the animator window here and I try playing, you'll just pretty much see, never mind, you'll see that, okay, I don't know how, I should drop it there probably. So you can pretty much see that the fire variable is true, and it's going from fire to idle and to fire again. And it's pretty much just shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting again and again. So basically, it's pretty much due to the fact that, you know, fire is true. We need to, you know, make fire false right after it becomes true. And for that, we can do it in a lot of ways actually. But you know, the one way I mostly use is using, you know, through the fixed update. So let me kind of zoom out ever so slightly. I don't know, maybe this much. And we're gonna create a new function. I'm gonna call this void fixed update. So fixed update function is something which pretty much plays every, you can say, like, you know, after every fixed step. So it doesn't play 60 times per frame. It plays a lot less often than the update function. So let's go ahead on this function, and it's also useful for like, you know, what you can say, physics calls. So for example, if you want to apply force onto a rigid body, then you should definitely use the fixed update function. Let's go to this function, and we can just pretty much say that, you know, create a new variable, animator clip state, I think it was. No, animator state info. Never mind. Now I'll explain that in a second as well. Info dot get current animator state info 0. Now what this does is it basically gets this first layer, the base layer. It gets this layer, which is where we have everything. Okay, it just fetches this layer, and 0 is for the first layer, 1 is for the second layer, and so on. Okay, so we're gonna say that if info dot is name fire. What this means is that if we are currently playing the fire state, this state, we're in this state, then we're going to pretty much say anim.set bool fire to be false. So basically we're resetting this variable then, basically. Now there are other ways to pretty much play it. We can even reset this variable most likely here, and the computer won't even notice it, most likely. I don't know, maybe, I think, but yeah, I just like this way. So let's try playing and see. You can just see it just plays it once, and when I press the shoot button, it goes back to the idle. So if I hold it, it just plays it like that, and pew 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 and stuff like that. You know, it's maybe too slow. I don't know. I think it plays accordingly to this. Yeah, as you can see, if we pretty much do it like that, it just starts playing. Now this isn't exactly in sync. If you might notice, it's not really in sync with the actual animation and all. So it's not in sync with the fire rate. Now this will be an issue which we will probably solve at a later stage, but we will do that, don't worry. So if I make it like I don't know, 1, just plays like once, 2, pew, 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 pew. Yeah, you know, I don't have any sound effects to provide you with, so yeah, I'm just gonna make some sounds with my own mouth and stuff. So yeah, works pretty nicely. We will have to like fix that issue at some stage. I think we can even try playing the animation this way. So anim.play, and I'm not really sure. I think play in fixed time, and let's call this fire. So that is playing the animation directly, basically. And I think we need to add a layer. Can we get another thing? Fixed time. I don't know. Let's try that out. I guess I don't know how, but so anim.play in fixed time. This is kind of like actually maybe crossfade might be a good idea. Crossfade in fixed time. So we're gonna kind of go out of this part and let me just see, layer transition. Yeah. So this is like crossfading. It's kind of similar to the old legacy animation system. You can play this to directly jump to that specific state, or crossfade smoothly but directly jump to this state. This is the crossfade duration or transition duration, which we assign in the Mecanim part. We assign it here. The exit time, or I think the fixed duration, transition duration. There it is. So yeah, let me just see how that goes. Yeah, okay, that's working. Let's try making it more faster. Yeah, that's a lot better, as you can see. That works a lot better. Let's use that instead of that other thing, because yeah, that's too fast. That the gun can't even jump properly and stuff. And also one more thing, we're gonna go and we're gonna make the transition duration even less, 0.01. Let's try that out. Yeah, that's more feels more, you know, directed, more jumping. That's what we want. It kind of feels really weird if you make the fire rate a bit too less, though. Okay, nice, pretty cool. So I think we're gonna pretty much drop off here for this tutorial, and I think I took a lot of your time. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna pretty much work on, in the next tutorial. We're gonna pretty much work on like things like I don't know, like reloading animation as well. And let me just remove that. Okay, reloading animation as well, and I don't know. Like maybe we can work on some weapon swing, and maybe we can add some effects like the muzzle flash effect, some sound effects, just for the future. This doesn't mean that it will be all this will be in the next tutorial, but most likely I'll try at least. And then we can make it like I don't know, weapon swing, jumping, and maybe we'll fix the bobbing as well, so we have some weapon bobbing when we walk, and you know, stuff like that. And when we run, the weapon goes into that nice running kind of. It's not really an animation the way I did it. I don't know if I should do it that way as well. But yeah, basically the way I made him go into the run animation was just by lerping on the script. I just lerped rotations, so I moved from the original rotation to defined rotation when he runs, and the bobbing does the rest of the trick for you know, the nice running animation part. So it's more procedural that way. You don't have to work on the animation and all. But yeah, I guess, yeah. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, guys, and I hope you learned something. Hopefully it wasn't really you know, weird tutorial and bad tutorial, but yeah, so you guys can just try it out yourself and stuff, and we will work on the details, don't worry. And if you have better weapons, then you can use those, no worries. Just yeah, just I don't know, make sure they're for commercial use if you're using them for commercial use. I don't know, should I care about that? Maybe I should, but yeah, this is for commercial use, by the way. You can use this, both the gun and the hand, so no worries. So yeah, guys, and the animation is as well. I work hard on them. I work like for 3 hours on the animations alone, or maybe 4 hours. I don't know, 3 hours mostly. But yeah, we will maybe play around with the reload animation as well. You know, something which has some nice funny sound effects, and I'll just try to develop the sound effect behind the scenes and stuff. And yeah, let's see. And yeah, please do like my Facebook page as well. That would be really appreciated. And yeah, it's just nice. Everything's going good. Too good, actually. We still need the reloading, the range, the crit bullets, and all that kind of stuff. So hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you in the next one.